sort of my history.
Hello,
It's like a very,
stream.
very old beer.
Yes, beer, mead is it's a real drink that actually exists in the real world. It's not just a thing that you collect in Oblivion to sell to merchants for an extra 2 gold.
Yep, and
Wow,
it's very nice.
nice. So today it's the second to last stream for Prodigy. It's nearly done. It was a pretty short
Yep.
show. Let's see. Last Flight of the Protostar, parts 1 and 2, a Tribble called Quest, which apparently is a reference, Cracked Mirror, and Ascension Part 1. But mostly it's all about Chakotay. Or Chakotay, as he was known in Voyager Season 1 and 2.
Yep.
I don't think we get any Akoocheemoyas, despite the stream title. It'd be nice, though. It's been a long time. Anyway, how's the weather? How is Old York?
It was lovely. I had a nice day out in York. I went into an old church, pretty old church, one which survived the Henry VIII stuff.
Ah, the guy from the children's song, of course.
Yeah, rather than that monastery being completely destroyed, he gave it, or it was given to someone else, and so he had control of it for a few years, and then the story continued from there, rather than being basically destroyed like other ones, including another one in York.
Okay.
Then I did the Van Gogh expedition, which was quite interesting, and then played some D&D.
Did you win?
Well, it was 30 people playing 6 characters.
What?
And so it was really chaotic and funny. But because it was your fit, Johnny ran a Viking themed session, which was very much based on God of War. Or I was like, that's where you get the ideas from. And it was making Thor's hammer.
Everything about this sounds... I don't want to say absurd, because I don't mean it negatively. It sounds...
It was pretty absurd.
It sounds absurd in a amusingly chaotic way.
Yeah, it was really, really fun.
All right. Cool. Do you want to... I also had some exciting times recently. I have been studying accounting. Wow. Did you know about the responsibilities of an auditor in a test engagement versus a compilation engagement versus a review engagement? There's differences in like the independence requirements. Wow.
I would have been studying for my theory test, driving theory.
Driving theory?
Yes, we have to do a theory test before we can do a practical test in the UK.
Oh, okay, yes. I was like, yeah, we also have to take a written test. It's just I haven't heard the word theory associated with it. But yeah, same thing, same deal, I assume.
Yeah, it's just called a theory test. We've got to do some multiple choice questions and then click the mouse and we see a developing hazard.
Okay. Is it timing your reactions?
Yeah, so it's essentially testing the ability to recognize a situation where you'd have to take an action, be it changing speed or direction.
God, constantly. Driving's stressful.
Yeah.
Every single day I drive to and from work, and it's only like a 5-minute drive, but every single day I find at least one person who does not have a sense of self-preservation.
Yep.
Absolutely ridiculous. We need self-driving cars or public transit, but maybe from different companies. Maybe we get someone not able to do it. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blur. The Last Flight of the Protostar, Part 1.
It's a fun episode.
It's a very sad Chakotay.
Yeah.
He gets better, though.
He
He'll
lost
be
his
alright.
only friend.
He lost his bird. Frankly, that was wildly irresponsible for Chakotay to let him go alone. Birds are notoriously fragile. They die if you sneeze on them. Ridiculous species. Let's see, anything else been going on? Played some Baldur's Gate. But yeah, it's pretty much just been work, Baldur's Gate, and study for me. That's all I've got going on.
I've mostly been playing Wuthering Waves, so it's quite interesting and fun.
Weathering Waves.
Yeah, it's one of those gacha games, but it's decent.
Okay. Let's see. I'm looking that up now. Okay, so there's anime and a bunch of women in a line in really short skirts.
Yeah, do be a bit of that.
That's the first result. And there's a gun. I don't know what to make of this. Okay, cool.
It's sort of an open world exploring the imagery.
And what? It's just a 2-minute intro. Come on, speed it up, game. Or not game, movie. Not movie, show.
Yes, TV show. And
Oh, hey,
here is
Bob.
Chakotay.
Little Skywalker-y going on. So I mean, I guess he's just planning to die here. He's just chilling.
Yeah. This planet is quite interested in design. But there seem to be cloud sort of things, but it's also fish.
Yeah, is it like a lake with permanent fog, or do the fish fly? How does this work? I feel like they fly. Bird. How did he get the wood to be different colors? That's fine. He doesn't have to hang out. He can hang out in the holodeck. We've already established the holodeck has an infinite, separate power supply from the rest of the ship. Just go live on Earth for a while. It's fine. Ugh, now there's children harshing his vibe. Why did they even have this trap? Are there predators? Okay, so there's power for the holograms. So the ship's not dead. Have you ever seen a ghost, Soma?
No.
Oh. I've seen a ghost. Which is a big part of why I'm skeptical of senses. Because I have a very clear memory of seeing a ghost once as a kid, but there's no such thing as ghosts, so what happened?
Probably just the way your brain interpreted what was going on.
It was the middle of the night, so my assumption is that I was just dreaming. Oh, Rock is like sitting on the ground to make sure. Oh, no, it's on a hill. Okay. I was thinking, yeah, you have to have Rock sitting so that they're at the same height as everyone else for that shot. Who? I mean,
He
I
does
don't
know
know
who
why
Wesley
Chakotay
Crusher
would.
is.
Yeah, why would Chakotay know him?
He does. I think it's. I think it's shown later on in the show that he does know who Wes is.
She's one of the good ones.
Oh, I remember this line. Yep.
See, everything's fine, Chakotay. You stranded yourself for nothing. Well, you stranded yourself for good. But you don't have to stay stranded. It's chill. Just go home.
Yep.
It's fine.
Hey, Chakotay, technically it's not your ship, it's Starfleet's ship.
This ship belongs to the people of the Federation. Chakotay, why are you being such a jerk?
10 years alone, well, 5 years alone will
No,
do that to you.
he's got a hologram to keep him company. And a holodeck. Chakotay, they're like 14.
Yep. And you have a ship to shelter in, they don't.
They have some. They could each empty out one of the crates and get in, except Rock. Rock wouldn't fit. But Rock's also a rock, so she'll be fine. Oh no, she'd fit in. Well, maybe that one in the background. It looks pretty big. Prickly fellow. Yes, of course. A lightning storm can just be described as an ion storm, right? Because that's what lightning is. It just ionizes air.
Yeah, I suppose.
It sounds more futury if you call it an ion storm. You can also call a lightning storm a plasma storm. Yes, what would the bird do? Yes, you do, Dal. Dal, you're about to die. See, everybody else is reasonable.
Yep.
It's always Dal that's the crazy one. Why do we let him be captain?
But that's the storyline of this half of the season.
Maybe. Okay, small problem. Unless we're gonna just transition into Voyager 2, we're gonna need a new way to travel. Because we're on the other side of the galaxy. I mean, this is kind of Voyager 2 anyway.
Yeah.
Tasty, tasty fish eggs. See, he's less jaded than Skywalker, so he's why does he have a cowboy hat? Chakotay, that's not your style. Though that is the same kind of hat that his dad wore in his childhood flashbacks. Yes, kill the child. Bird guy. Also, on the topic of conserving power, we did establish in Voyager that holograms use less power than a refrigerator light bulb. It's something like 30 decawatts.
That's some engineering.
They, this is why you're not supposed to use real units in your sci-fi. Voyager was usually good at that. They had 30 gigaquads of data. How much is that? Don't worry about it.
Hmm.
I think the only... Oh, that's a Zindi. He had a Zindi Arboreal on his crew. I think the only other time we use real units in Star Trek is Data refers to calculations per second for his positronic matrix. I also remember it's not very impressive by modern standards, but it was impressive for the 90s.
Yeah. Then Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law is dead. Okay, so Data's brain could store 1,000 terabytes, and his processing power is about half of an RTX 3090 graphics card. Or sorry, no, about double. The graphics card is half of him. So yes, we absolutely have computers that are way more powerful than Data.
Yep.
Ugh, what is this optimism and hope in my Star Trek? Just surrender to being marooned on this planet. Just give up. It's too late for you.
There's
I should
lots
have
of
taken a
names in that
screenshot.
pack, but I don't think they're actually rendered such that they can be read.
I meant to take a screenshot, but I missed my window. Okay, so that's not clouds. It's a lake with fog. Because Murph can stand in it. Are solar panels actually flexible like that? I would think they're...
No, but it is theoretically possible to create solar collecting material. We are already uh, researching that.
Okay, so I found a screenshot of the Protostar's registry. I can sort of read it. Dan something. Someone with the same last name but an unclear first name. Ben Hilson, Jennifer Day, Tanya M something. I assume these are people on the production crew.
Yeah, generally are.
Oh, not just an ion storm, an ion maelstrom. Even more sci-fi. So I don't immediately see Gene Roddenberry on the crew. I don't think he's here. Well, if he's in, I'm in. Why does it sound like an internal combustion engine? What's going on there? That really sounds like just a normal car.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have a question about that bearing. It makes sense in space because the idea of the heading is that it's your your angle in degrees horizontally and then your angle up and down. But they're in a car.
Yeah.
What's the Mark IV for?
Yeah. Interesting.
I guess just because it's a Star Trek thing.
Yeah, I've also it could refer to the fact that you got to go up the hill. I don't know. Hey, look, it's the ship from the Overlord DLC in Mass Effect.
Wow. Oh god, I do remember that. It's been a long time. That was the autism quest, I believe.
Yeah. There was also another DLC about getting it, but I don't remember the name of that one.
Oh. Yeah, Dragota, he murdered 3 Romulan agents a few episodes ago.
Yeah, there's not many people for him to murder at the moment.
Yeah, and it's all gonna be like interdimensional bears for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna get any more murder. Shame, really. I also
Minor
noticed
error
that
there, they
there's
weren't moving.
yeah, I noticed that there's a bit of a lag there in the display.
Adrit.
It's some sort of beacon. Bird guy.
Hello.
Hello. I thought the spikes on the back of his head were just stylized feathers. No. No, they're bone spikes. You can stab a dude with those. It's got a crown. Not feathered anymore, is he? Antimatter, I presume. We did it.
Yep.
The bird did it. Did we bring the bird back? Just his badge? Because I was thinking it'd be hard to bring the bird back when he's just a skeleton. I would think he would fall apart. You need like a bag.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have saved you unless we absolutely needed to. Oh, we did bring him back.
And I'm pushing him over this weird water cloudy stuff.
Does it though?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, somebody.
You don't know who this is by now?
New Discord. Who does? Alright, next is Last Flight of the Protostar Part 2.
Is this a
Mr.
riff
Anonymous,
on
why are you crinkling?
Flight of the sorry, let me turn NVIDIA broadcast on. Is this Flight of the Navigator? Last something I'm sure is a reference to something.
It
Hey
is a
Mark,
reference
what
to
is Last Flight of the Navigator?
It might just be Flight of the Navigator. But there's Last Flight of something I'm sure is a
the
reference.
Last Flight of the Navigator. 'Tis an episode of Prodigy that sets the mind a-whirl like a dust devil in a
I'm
prairie
confusing
storm.
Flight of the Navigator and The
Filled
Last
with temporal
Starfighter into one
confusions,
title.
Shifting
Last Flight of the
timelines,
Navigator.
akin to a river's current changing course. It's a splendid spectacle. One
Wait,
even
3,
Murph would doff
2,
his hat to.
1, play. Also, Mark is just lying to me.
What is he saying? I want
He
to hear
said
it.
Last Flight of the Navigator is an episode of Prodigy and described a plot. It is not an episode of Prodigy.
Let's hear it. It sounds awesome.
He just described it for you. What he literally just said it. Could you not hear him?
No,
Was it not
did
going
not
through?
come through. Mm-mm.
Mark, say
Did it come through
something
for you,
again. Say
Soma?
one word.
One word.
Prodigy.
Yeah, it's not coming through.
All right, hang on. Do I want this output device? Can you still hear me? You should be able to.
We
Yes,
can hear you.
Mark, repeat what you said exactly as you said it about Flight of the Navigator. It went through to the stream. Also, I should blur the screen.
Ah, the Last Flight of the Navigator. 'Tis an episode of Prodigy that sets the
There we
mind
go.
awhirl like a dust devil in a prairie storm, filled with temporal confusions, shifting timelines, akin to a river's current changing course. It's a splendid spectacle, one even Murph would doff his hat to.
Oh, that's what the issue is. I need to change my voice in video to voice activity because my push to talk is being handled by voice meter. Yes, okay, I fixed it. All right, just in time for the episode to begin again.
Again, how many times have you watched it?
Well, we watched an episode.
But not this episode.
The Loom. I do not like that young Morn. That looks really weird. Everyone else looks fine, but that Lurian is disturbing.
Thoughts and prayers.
Reminds me of what Phlox said to one of his patients. It's like, I'm sworn to do no harm. I can inflict as much pain as I like.
My question is the doctor there willingly, or is he basically her indentured servant?
No, he chooses what he wants now. He's not the immobile emitter who can do whatever he liked.
He's just programmed to be loyal to her.
Yeah, I
different.
don't know, man. I feel like he, if he wanted to leave, she'd be like, boop boop boop. Oh, never
we're gonna
mind.
get
I
pressure.
want to stay. She'd be
Computer,
like,
delete his independence.
yeah, exactly.
People did that a lot in Voyager. It's
And a
really easy to
reference the
modify.
film.
What was the reference to the film? I missed it.
The Shinzon incident.
Ah, and the Romulan evacuation, of course.
Yep.
They're so good at modifying him, yet they can't give him a non-acerbic personality.
That's part of his charm. We love his acerbic personality. Also, this is the only time I've ever heard the word acerbic used outside of In the Pale Moonlight.
In the Pale Moonlight. I knew the reference I was making.
I don't know if it was a reference or if you just used that word.
I use that word, but I know that it was used in the Pale Moonlight, and I hoped you would catch it.
Yes. That is specifically Garrick to Cisco as they're walking through the corridors for
Yeah.
Cisco to meet Vreenak.
Saying that he'll have to put up with a certain acerbic attitude.
Because he thinks he's winning.
On the winning side. He thinks he's on the winning side, yes. Well, he's not wrong. He is on the
Yeah,
winning
he is on
side
the
at
winning
that
side.
point.
We need
Yeah.
to trick him to think that he's not. I mean, he
knows he's on the
technically he
winning
was,
side.
but more technically he wasn't, because even though that recording was a forgery, the Dominion absolutely would have turned on them.
Yeah. It was forging the truth to show them that it would happen.
So what we told you was true, Vreenak, from a certain point of view.
I think that scene was... Well, that scene definitively placed where this episode takes place in the timeline of Star Trek. Well, I think it's the first time it's directly shown exactly when it is.
Say that again, Soma?
The scene with Crusher firmly establishes where exactly this episode takes place in the Star Trek timeline.
It's previously been pretty nebulous, just sometime after Voyager.
Yeah.
Now it's specifically just the star is about to explode, but hasn't yet. There hasn't been the Mars attack yet, but it's just before that.
And Crusher's still in Starfleet, so we're
It's prior
long before Picard season 3.
prior to Picard.
Yeah.
It's prior to season 1.
Yeah, my point was that she leaves Starfleet a few years before. Like 16 years before, something like that. See, it's a gas as well, because the gathering gas from the clouds, I think.
So the clouds are hydrogen gas. That would be incredible if those are actually just pure hydrogen. That'd be so dangerous. You could just explode the planet.
Yeah, there's definitely enough oxygen.
Should we maybe be in the ship when we're... All right.
Not when you're throwing it.
Why is it so rough?
Because it's been stranded here for 10 years.
Hmm.
And Chakotay didn't do any maintenance on it. He just sat there letting it deteriorate.
What a jerk. Tom Paris wouldn't have allowed that to happen.
Archimedes reference. There's a shorter version of the quote, but it works.
There are multiple reasons this whole sequence reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean. The ship thing is like Davy Jones' locker, and the leverage is from the first movie, Getting Out of Jail. It's just a matter of leverage. Everybody appreciates a good lever. The jib, yep. Is that a jib? What's a jib?
Why does Chakotay, is that Chakotay?
Basically.
Yeah.
Why is he making himself sound so grizzled?
He's...
Because he's
'Cause
been
he
10
is.
years alone on a planet.
I don't think he would sound like that. I think he would sound exactly the same.
I mean, he still sounds like Chakotay.
He sounds like Chakotay doing this.
Wait, why is Murph the lookout? He can't... Why did you do this? He can't communicate.
Sure he can. He just did.
Vague screaming barely counts.
One eye. Gwen, one eye.
We're not pirates.
He's
Or
like,
are
one
we?
moon circles. One moon circles.
Eyes in the dark. I mean, that is relevant because that was all about hydrogen.
Mm-hmm. Why are they doing this?
They need
get
to
the
collect
matter.
hydrogen to activate the warp core. And apparently the clouds are made of hydrogen.
The fusion reactor?
Yeah.
And I guess the matter-antimatter reactor could also run on hydrogen. No reason it doesn't, but then your antimatter needs to be anti-hydrogen.
It does run on hydrogen, explicitly. That's what deuterium is for. Deuterium is hydrogen.
No, deuterium is an isotope of hydrogen, and you would waste that in the matter-antimatter reactor. You would want to use that in the fusion reactor.
But it is used in the antimatter reactor, though.
I don't know about that. I'm not certain. I need a reference. What fuel do they
Look, we've got
use
clouds.
in Antimatter reactors, Star Trek. Obviously, antimatter. Okay, so this says Google AI says deuterium,
Yes.
but it sounds like a waste because there's only so much deuterium in the hydrogen that you're scooping up from interstellar space. So why don't you just use everything else? Use regular hydrogen
Because
and regular
deuterium is
antihydrogen instead of deuterium.
because you get more energy out of it. It's much more efficient.
No, not necessarily. It's an
Yes,
antimatter
you do.
reaction, man.
You get a
You
heck
just,
lot
but you
more
have like
energy out of
you have like
deuterium than hydrogen.
you have like 100,000 to 1 regular hydrogen to deuterium.
But
Like
the
you
RAM
just use
scoops also
more.
aren't your main way of gathering it.
Yeah.
Deuterium is mined on planets, and they have apparently infinite amounts of it on planets.
Just use more.
But they
It
don't
enables you to
want
be
to.
more fuel dense.
Just use more.
They probably could rig it to use hydrogen if they wanted to, base hydrogen, but
I'm not convinced the RAM scoops
more
are even
efficient.
helpful. There's barely any hydrogen in space. If you're just traveling through the void, oh boy, you got a couple grams on your 3 light year voyage.
Yep.
Getting the crew home.
You didn't get the crew home. Everybody died. Chakotay's the only one left.
What do you mean?
All the rest of Chakotay's crew died. Everybody else is dead.
Oh, well. I was talking about Voyager. Wait, how
Janeway
is he
got
using
everyone home.
binoculars when his eyes are on the side of his head?
Shut up. That's how. He's using them very well. Maybe the eyes are...
These eyes are just a simulation.
Yeah,
I see through everywhere equally. I don't believe that for a second, but okay.
They're like those fake eyes that some animals have to make predators think that's where their face is.
Like Odo?
Maybe.
His eyes are merely a simulation, like the Doctor.
They're at least wearing magnetic boots or something, right? This is insane.
Birth definitely isn't.
Eels, Mr. Scott, eels. No, Janeway, you need to say that on my mark part first, otherwise they're just going to do it. So this is
true.
also very Pirates of the Caribbean from the end of the third movie.
Murph saying no.
So now it's increasingly unclear what the makeup of this planet is. Is this a water maelstrom that's like there's just a big hole?
I don't think that's what would happen if you rolled like that. Maybe.
Maybe that's
Depends
what
how fast
happens
you
in the
rolled.
future.
Which Janeway is this?
The
Is this
new
the Janeway
hologram
that they
Janeway.
knew, or is this the Janeway hologram from the ship that they have yet to send back to themselves?
Number 2.
The Janeway on the ship they have yet
This
to send back
Janeway
to
does not know
themselves?
them.
Oh, okay.
Well, now she does. They've been here for a few weeks at least.
Because then she'll know them when she meets them, and she won't be able to tell them she knows them.
That's
It'd be
fine.
like
She's
when
just a hologram.
Guinan
You can do a
met
little snip
Picard,
snip in the neural pathways.
and she couldn't tell Picard about how she knew Picard until after Picard went on the Times Arrow mission. She's like, "You got to go on this mission." This seems like a causality loop.
Are we talking about Rock or Murph?
Rock doesn't want to be there.
Rock mostly.
How is this still flying? It's not exactly buoyant or aerodynamic. It's a spaceship. We did it, I assume. Ooh, I like that the little cone tornado in the bottom. Okay, so the deuterium is only at the bottom of the murder hole. Okay. I guess because deuterium's heavier, so it sinks. So they have to go down. Dal, you fool! Let him die. All you need is the deuterium. Oh my god, wrap it around your hand or something. Come on. Nope. Dal, that is suicide. Baby, don't do that. So it is water. Ooh, now we're going a little Star Wars. A little bit of Rebels.
Yep.
Okay, it turns out it wasn't suicide. It just looked an awful lot like suicide. Wildly dangerous. Dal, he specifically said the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. You should have let him die. I think this is also the first depiction of how the ramp scoops actually work.
I think we've seen them pick up. We've definitely seen them pick up things before.
I have no memory of that. When did that happen?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it has been seen in Star Trek. Not to this level of detail, maybe, but I've definitely seen it.
I remember the Crimson Force Field, where they ejected stuff from the ram scoops.
Well, they definitely use the ram scoops in the briar patch, but not to gain the deuterium. They used it to lay a trap. Right, to use it to blow up the enemy ships.
False, Chakotay. Dang, those are some good sensors. No, Dal, you can't just build a star. That's... You're going to need a lot more deuterium.
Well, I do build a star next episode, so let's see. Well, the episode
right.
after this one.
So,
Though this might be part of it.
Next is a Tribble called Quest.
Clean on Scientist episode.
Some nice little filler to get us, tide us over until the next plot point. I don't think this relates to anything. I think it is just filler. But that's fine. Star Trek's always at its best when there's some filler.
It relates somewhat, but nothing especially major.
Robo, how about that weather?
I don't know. It's not so cold today. It's sunny, but there's still snow everywhere.
Dope.
I mean, it's not like super sunny, but it's something, you know.
Cool. 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, subtitles. Yes, I remembered this time. Good. I should really start queuing up at the end of this title sequence. Like, do we really need to sit through 2 minutes of this every single episode?
Especially if we're doing 5 a day.
All right, next episode, that's what we're doing. Yes, yes, D. Bradley Baker. We all know Will Wheaton. Yes, John Noble. We know. Credits should be at the end of episodes.
And Jay Welke is great. Talks a lot on Twitter and such.
Who?
One of the executive producers.
Okay. What about Heather Caden?
I don't know. These other
Or
ones I think are just
Aaron Bears?
a little bit less involved directly. Well,
What about Alex
obviously whatever
Kurtzman?
roles, but like Kurtzman is not involved in the actual production of any of the shows. He just gives them what they want basically, and helps organize with Paramount and whoever else is paying for the show, which is a major role. He does a lot to support the productions, but in terms of actually
Who?
Kurtzman, in terms of actually being on the production set and handling things, he doesn't do much of that. He handles all of the talking with the financiers and that sort of thing.
Does he?
Oh, he's the person who talks with Paramount and says, "This is
Do you
what
know
shows
that?
we want to do." Yes, that's his role. That's quite literally his role on the production of Star Trek.
Okay.
Or largely.
Bosanite.
He obviously does other things as well, but one of the major things he does is try and ensure the production works overall. And they get what they need. He's also a great guy generally. He paid people out of his own pocket during the strikes and things, so gave them money to support them.
Wow. You're in love with Alex Kurtzman. When's the
No,
wedding?
I'm just saying that he's a decent guy. That's all.
I don't know, man. How do you evaluate that?
Nature is
at
out
the
of balance.
distance?
What does that mean, Chakotay?
Because he's directly supported numerous people on production.
Oh boy.
I like that the element they need is bosonite. It's a
Oh,
boson,
You would think
but
that
it's a special
Chakotay would
boson.
change clothes.
No. Then we have to pay for someone to texture a new model. We don't do that.
I need to do whole new clothing physics and things if you're doing them different actual
No,
designs.
Rock, it is a plague to be wiped out, an ecological menace. Rock, have you never even heard of the Great Tribble Hunt?
They're doing an okay job of pairing those trebles to her.
Did they steal songs of Great Tribble Hunt?
Since when do they have teeth?
Since now. And a bit rock. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, that... Oh. Oh my. Yes, of course. Thank you, Murph. Very insightful. Ba. Yes, I completely agree.
Oh, she got crunched.
She'll be fine.
Yeah, they just mildly run over. It's fine.
They're all
Just
fur
mildly run
anyway.
over.
It's fine. It's cushioned.
Just mildly killed. He's mostly dead. Mostly dead is also a little alive. Somewhat alive.
Now, notably, the other person in that couple is the engineer on the original Enterprise under Pike.
Hmm.
The witch.
The witch.
Yeah. Miracle Max's wife, the witch.
Mm-hmm.
She's, what's her name, Pelia in Strange New Worlds?
Yes.
Did she serve as engineer?
Yeah, she was
I
the...
thought you had the Anar, and then you had
Pelia is the engineer in
Montgomery
season
Scott.
2.
Oh, okay. Did I not
She's the
see season two?
Lanthanite.
Maybe I didn't see season 2.
God, just thank God it's not another Kazon. We've had so many Kazon in this series.
Kazon are just Timu Klingons.
Oh, I love the design on that ship.
Sure you do.
You think he's lying about liking a bird of prey? Everybody likes the bird of prey. It's a classic design. Oh my God, it's all teeth now. What is this? Don't be racist, Chakotay. Okay, good.
What do you
Martok's still
think then?
there.
Yeah.
Isn't their main weakness torpedo? Oh, we already figured this out.
Thank you, Edward, for that issue.
God.
Extreme violence, my only weakness. Ooh,
I believe
okay,
that
so I ran.
I have one allergy, and it's bullets. This has got to be so embarrassing for the Klingon. A literal child showed up and showed you up in like 2
Yeah.
minutes. Hello, yes, I am also in this episode.
Hello, is it me you're looking for? Oh, is this a Tribble named quest?
Yeah. I'm surprised Rock is on board for this genocide. She loves cute and cuddly things, and she's talking about killing them all.
Nah, just stopping them reproducing and reducing their
It's
size.
population
You
control,
know,
man.
just a different form of genocide.
So how do you, we talked about Mass Effect a little bit earlier. How do you feel about the genophage? You on board? New to the Krogan?
It's a tricky proposition.
Okay.
On principle, no, but in practice, I can't really say. At least not quickly.
So wash
Subtle
your
foreshadowing.
no. This is what you get from someone who spent like 100 years reading about science, but has not done any practical lab work. Complete lack of
Why are
safety
the samples
protocols.
uncovered? Why is there no contamination field?
Well, those parts are because it's a Klingon. What are you eating?
A burrito.
Why is it crunchy?
The question is, why isn't your burritos crunchy?
Because I make them with flour tortillas, which aren't crunchy. And I don't fill them with like potato chips. What do you...
We're gonna start another romance. It's gonna be a. Gonna be a love quadrilateral.
No, no, no. The Vulcan has a crush on Zero. And
I
Gwen
know.
is... That's what the quadrilateral is for?
Yeah. So the Vulcan has a crush on Zero. Gwen has a crush on the Vulcan. What's his face has a crush on Gwen.
Edwin and Dow are just
Aren't they...
somewhat like each other.
Aren't they dating?
Yeah. Well, they're not dating at the moment.
There,
Don't
it's
understand.
complicated.
Yeah.
It's complicated.
Oh my god, that's just a tautology. That's not helpful.
You can't breach security if there is no security. It's not a security breach.
There's a demon. Destroy it. It feels less like a Tribble and more like a poltergeist.
We're about to find out what it is.
It's a hamster.
Gross. Kill it.
Is it a rock offspring?
Yeah, rock
Yeah.
Tribble hybrid.
Which is to say, it's actually a Tribble Edward rock hybrid.
Yeah.
Tribble Edward rock hybrid. Who's Edward?
The trouble
The
with
guy who
Edward,
makes the DNA. Yeah.
the short trek.
I don't know the reference, but okay.
The Trouble with Edward was a Star Trek Discovery short trek where Edward was a odd scientist who made Tribbles breed really fast by modifying their DNA, which included injecting them with his own DNA.
Oh boy.
And he caused the Tribble plague.
See, like that. All right. If you can enjoy that, I'm not taking it away. But that is backstory that we didn't need. Trebles. It was just fine when Trebles
It's
were
not
always like that.
it's not serious backstory. It's explicitly just a comedy episode.
Yeah.
Right. I know, but I'm just saying, like, okay, is it not canon then?
Unclear.
It's that particular episode is, so you probably fall into the beta canon side of things.
I know the epilogue is not canon because that would be
Yeah.
crazy.
Yes, it's definitely a marketing company that is selling Tribbles as food.
Rock, kill it.
Well, you should have thought of the consequences before you decided to reproduce in a petri dish.
Well, actually, technically, that was the Klingons' fault. He had them laying out in the petri dishes.
It's both their faults. A complete lack of safety procedures. Does he not have any torpedoes? Can't we just bomb this structure?
The deuterium probably explode.
Do y'all not have guns?
They do.
God, there's an army of Tribbles going into formation. Oh, we modified the transport enhancer. That's what they're called. Yeah, pattern enhancers. Before they were just a tripod with an LED on the end. Now they're a spike.
Which kind of makes less sense.
Yeah, the tripods were good because like this looks like rock. Failures. Well, maybe should have been a little bit faster. Maybe should have actually beamed them up when they said to.
Oh. This reminds me of the horror
Yeah.
movie Critters, and the critters would eat people alive, and then they made a big ball of critters, and it was rolling around town, and it would roll over people and strip them down to their skeleton.
Katamari Damacy?
Yeah.
Which
Except
came
with blood.
first?
Critters,
Okay.
by a long shot. Couple decades. Katamari Damacy is like 20-something years old now.
Yes, gun.
It was released in March 18th, 2004, so it's just over, coming up on 21 in a few weeks.
I don't think Klingon
Critters was
Disruptors have a sun setting.
1986.
Yeah.
Scott Grimes
do.
was in Critters. Isn't Scott Grimes in Orville? Yeah.
I don't know. Let me look up who that is. Yes, he's the pilot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Helmsman, sure.
I never.
Ethan Phillips was in Critters.
Ah, yes. The Grand Proxy, of course.
Let's see, anybody else?
I never finished the Orville. Also, are they still making
Kinda
more?
lost interest. I kind of lost interest when the off-screen romance breakup caused actual fallout in the show and whatever.
Did I watch season 3? Or did I stop in season 2? I don't remember.
So Seth, whatever his name is Seth MacFarlane.
Season
Is
3
that
is
his
really
name?
good. Yeah.
Seth
He was
MacFarlane,
dating the
famously...
actress.
Oh, right.
He was dating that actress who was playing the
Security
security
lady?
officer. Yeah, and she was like 20-something years younger than him.
So,
Yeah. He was, I don't know, 40-something, going on 50, and she was like 20.
So.
Seth MacFarlane famously was a crew member on Star Trek Enterprise in like one episode.
Yep.
I don't think he did anything.
What?
I think he just got an order from Trip and then walked
Right
off
on
screen.
singing.
Very repetitive song.
Yeah.
If you look at the lyrics to that song, it's just Yaja KO times 100.
Yep.
It's all chorus. What episode is that from? That's from Deep Space Nine. It's not from the one.
It's from Next Generation.
It is.
It's from Birthright. Yaja KO.
Oh, it is.
Shosha
Yeah.
Duro. Yaja KO. Yaja KO.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
I was remembering the Klingon battle song from that chip of rejects from DS9.
The episode started as a DS9 crossover episode where they are at DS9.
And of course, Janeway doesn't have to have the glasses because she's a hologram. That's a nice touch.
Yep.
She's not really here. Of course, she also doesn't really need to be drinking coffee.
Yeah. It's just a thing. Sheesh, that's bright. Yes, but before that, we're going to have a Mirror Universe episode.
All right. So 1 minute to Cracked Mirror, and everybody queue up to the 2-minute mark. 2 minutes and 0 seconds. We're skipping the intro. Okay, no, we actually can't skip that much. 1 minute 50 seconds. Everyone be queued up to 1 minute 50 seconds. Okay. I'll show where I'm at as well, so you can see. And then, well, we get the most important thing about this episode is our visit to Cetacean Ops. It's very good. 5,
Yes, it is
4,
a fun one.
3, 2, 1, play. See, look how much time that saved. We're already here. We did it. Also, this is episode 4 of 5.
Oh, the ship looks nice now.
Maybe they activated some dots to do some cleaning.
Probably have power to power them now.
Oh, subtitles. Why do I have to manually activate the subtitles? They're part of the file. Just turn them on.
That's what the normal warp does as well.
Yeah, that's... Maybe it's just explaining for the kids watching. Though, I
Yeah.
don't think they're going to understand that either.
True. Oh. Here's the theme again.
Those are sovereign nacelles.
Yes. And the somewhat
Straight up
sovereign like
sovereign nacelles.
engineering hull.
You're really quiet. I don't know if I turn you down. Let me see. I've got you at 100%.
I found 160 is good. And maybe 150.
All right, I'll put them at 150. See how it is.
Except because Discord just has like a small slider. I can only have 149% or 151%.
Yeah.
I got it exactly at 150. But I hate sliders for that exact reason. I wish you could just punch in the number that you want.
Yep. Or use the arrow keys and move it.
Or the mouse wheel, or like literally
Yeah.
anything.
Janeway, that's not actually a good thing to do with pets.
She did
You know
say
what?
she's more of a dog person, so maybe she doesn't know.
I mean, there is a way you could theoretically do that and it would work, but you have to give some sort of reward afterwards. Because they're chasing it. They want something when they get no actual thing out of it.
Is it Jellicoe?
Yep.
Even his uniform is old and wrinkled, really emphasizing his age.
Yep.
Why was the counselor going into the wormhole?
Because that was the original plan.
But like, why
Are
is
they in
that
a
the original
parallel
plan? He's a
universe?
counselor.
He's a senior crew member.
Well, they built a star from scratch and used it to power their ship, so that might be related.
Yeah.
He's Starfleet. You can say anything crazy and they'll believe you. How do you know he's not your doctor? This is an alternate universe, doctor. Wait, can't she fit? Is this a weight limit thing or? Okay, so we're doing Shattered
Yeah.
again. Jenkum, I thought you would appreciate good engineering. There's bolts laying around.
Well, he just sees activities everywhere.
I get the feeling the doc's not in here. Just to feel. Oh, I know who's in here. Oh God,
Yeah.
not again. Why is O'Connor a recurring character? Nobody liked him in season 1 in TNG.
It is interesting they brought him back.
The ladies seem to like him.
I have observed that people do not. Oh no, not these people again. The cosplayers. I mean, good for them, I guess. But how did they get here?
The cosplayers?
Yeah, there was a whole planet of people.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
one
I
town of
know.
people. Maybe in this universe,
Captain Tuvix?
gross. Maybe in this universe, when Captain Kirk and Lieutenant Garvik or Ensign Garvik beamed down, maybe they did the shotgun thing. Maybe they took control of the Enterprise. So how did the Federation fall in this universe? Is this the Borg again?
This was that they didn't stop the Protostar
Oh,
destroying all the
okay.
Starfleet.
Vintage Starfleet uniforms.
Look, I see you guys are going through something, but have you thought about the cash? We can make a tidy profit.
Yes, Trota, you have seen this before.
Okay, so that's not the window that's cracked. Cool, cool. I feel like that's not how space-time works. But what do I know? I'm not from the future.
I mean, no one really knows at the moment. That is how it works in Star Trek, so hey.
There it is. Okay. Because you're the main character is Jankum Pog. Come on. Keep up. Once again, classic Star Trek trope. The deflector dish solves everything.
Yep.
There's nothing it can't do.
Can it see why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Probably, because you can use it as a makeshift detector, and you can detect the transmissions coming from Earth that show why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Also, I have not seen a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch in 15 years.
Why not? It's delicious.
I don't know. I don't really have cereal.
How about a Raisin Nut Bran? Oh yeah, yeah. Me and my other friend were discussing your preference for cereal with water, and we decided
I did not
that's
say I prefer it with water. I did not say that.
Who said that? Was that what did you say about cereal?
I eat cereal
Dry?
dry. Not
Dry
with
is dry is pretty bad. Water. That's psychopath behavior.
Yes.
I think straight to jail. You have cereal with water, straight to jail for life.
I have. It's extremely rare for me to have cereal, but when I do, I don't have any of the fancy ones. I don't have Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Frosted Flakes or Cheerios. I just have like what are the basic kind? Like bran flakes. Janeway looks like she just got out of the shower with her hair. This is also the most recent Mirror Universe we've seen. Last time we saw the Mirror Universe was in Deep Space
Enterprise.
Nine, long after the fall of the Terran Empire.
No, Discovery. Oh, it's chronologically, yes, yes. There's still a Protostar in the Mirror Universe.
Dashing Captain.
Peter
Even
crashed
their-
right at the moment of saying Enterprise. The most recent Mirror Universe episode we had was Enterprise.
The most recent in
Well,
universe. This is the latest
Um,
update.
Hold on a second. Most recent in universe. But didn't we have Mirror Universe stuff in Discovery? I mean, isn't that like
Yeah,
all
on
Discovery
and on,
stick was Mirror Universe?
Yes,
We're
but
talking
Discovery
about-
was also like 30 years before Deep Space Nine.
No, 100 years
Oh,
before.
okay.
Way more,
So
way more,
then-
100 years.
All right,
Yes.
I understand what you're saying now. The most recent visit in the timeline to the Mirror Universe. The I shouldn't say recent because the most
The
recent visit
latest
to the Mirror
year of the
Universe-
Mirror Universe that we've seen.
Yes.
There we go. My computer crashed. All right.
I don't think you can hurt the cute one, Evil Chakotay.
Yeah.
He's invulnerable. He can take a grenade. Murph, just kill him. We know you can do it.
Yeah.
Now, do we get to increase the counter, or is he just gonna knock him out?
No.
Just brain trauma. No, he's still breathing. He's not dead.
How many people has Murph killed so far?
3.
Like legitimately killed? How do you know?
He knocked 3 Romulans off an elevator that was 200 feet into the air, and they plummeted to the ground.
What if they were transported back to their ship?
It's possible, but we didn't see that happen, so I'm gonna say they're dead.
Yes, paint yourself with slightly radioactive stuff. That's a good idea.
Also, as someone with a beard, this is not how beards work. This would be extremely obvious.
Yep.
As someone with a very big beard, I can't see what's happening right now because my computer's still rebooting. But
He used Sharpie to
I'm
draw
sure
a beard
him and
on
Anthony-
himself.
No, that's not how beards work. Maybe at like 100 feet away, that might look like a beard.
Yeah, he's 2 feet away from Janeway.
Wait, Chakotay did that?
Yeah, Chakotay is impersonating his Mirror Universe self and
Didn't
drew a
Chakotay already
goatee
have a
on himself.
beard from being stranded for years?
He shaved it.
Oh, as soon as he got back, he shaved it.
Yeah.
Couldn't he just go to the sick bay and get like a dermal regenerator and stimulate follicle growth and grow a beard instantly?
Now, see, because you're not watching the show, you're missing a lot of context, but no. No, he cannot do that.
Couldn't Picard go to sick bay and use a dermal regenerator to stimulate follicle growth on his bald head?
In the future, why would he want to?
Because his head gets cold.
Oh, I recognize this corridor.
Yep.
There it is. Even the whales are evil. Oh, Beltran's voice cracked a little bit there. So how did the whales get here in the Mirror Universe? I can't imagine that the Terrans were big on conservation. I imagine they hunted them to extinction as well. But why would the Terrans go back in time to bring back whales? That doesn't feel like their style. No, the whale can smash the corridor. Come on. No. Very convincing, Chakotay. If the captain's in danger, that's her own fault for being weak.
Yeah, but I don't know, sir.
It's a demon of the ancient world. Are there mirror travelers? Mirror Wesley?
It must be.
Potentially, but this is the only
Did
Wesley
he put on a
handling this
mirror
stuff.
uniform? What are those?
Oh my god, Robo, they're the main plot point of this season.
Why does she got a Borg thing?
No, Janeway, shoot them. Do it.
I don't
Moderately
care if this
effective
crew
shields.
die.
Yeah, we could just set the loom loose in the mirror universe. That's fine. Oh, the show messed up. The subtitles said lasers firing. Lasers can't even penetrate on navigation shields. So the
Why
deflector
can
dish
she move
can
faster
also.
than time?
Dude, you need to watch the previous episodes. It all makes sense. She's got a magic armband. That's why.
Yep.
The deflector dish also can defeat time traveling,
Chakotay.
time devouring. This is like watching Lord of the Rings with somebody who's on their phone and also fell asleep halfway through. Who's the guy with the staff? As he's falling and fighting the Balrog. It's like, come on. Yeah, the dramatic tension of this scene is undercut by him looking real dumb.
Gonna need some mild radiation treatment. It's fine.
It's fine. As long as he doesn't receive 30 minutes of lethal radiation exposure. As long as he has Neelix's membrane fortifying broth, he'll be okay. That feels like they're dating. You don't say that
Yeah.
to a friend. Hello? Hello. I hit the wrong button and muted us. Queue up to 1 minute 50 seconds of Ascension Part 1. One minute 50. I don't know how long we were muted for. I don't think it was that long. All right, play in 5, 4, 3,
Cool.
2,
Can hear you again.
1, play. 1 minute 51, 1 minute 52, 1 minute 53, 1 minute 54. Get it all nice and blurry. Man, the Protostar's tiny.
I don't want it to be Monday tomorrow. I don't want to work. I don't want to have responsibilities.
You could always
I
quit.
just want to sleep. Yeah, and starve. We're all wage slaves.
The
Oh,
true home of the friends you made
it's not
along
the
the way.
destination, it's the journey along the way.
It's all about the power of friendship.
Yep. As all of these kid shows are. Just
Why
slightly
is
more
this?
highbrow than Little Pony.
Why is there responsibility for all this on 14-year-olds? Grom?
That was supposed to be a joke because he doesn't speak.
Hmm. They're just pulling lines from the first duty. These are all things that Wesley said. Oh, it doesn't just drop them on the floor? Lame.
I mean, he's flown a ship in the field, so
Okay, so presumably that guy's not human then. Your leg broke. Why is it irreparable? Can't we just, like, install a steel tendon? She just broke her leg. We
uh,
can put on a new one.
yeah, but we can't regrow whatever they're made out of.
Oh, are we gonna make her a golem?
Yeah, they become a well, no, not quite.
What?
What do you mean, what?
They're gonna make her a new body?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
they can
not?
make them a new body.
What's wrong with the body she's in?
The body that they're in is falling apart.
Wait, what's the deal with that
So's
ring? Why is
mine.
he
What's the
carrying it?
problem?
They would die soon.
Zero's body is made out of some sort of ephemeral biology that can't heal itself.
Well, it
And
could
she,
if they were still on the planet, but it
yes.
can't.
And because she got trampled by a Tribble, now it's broken. And so they can't, they just need a new one.
Yep. Those are my favorite nacelles in Star Trek.
Which ones?
The Sovereign class nacelles.
Yeah, they're alright. I like the Excelsior NX 2000 nacelles. They have fins.
Oh, we did have an old style comm badge. Wow. Look at that detail. Hopefully this Janeway does not have to kill herself. That was not an ideal
Wait.
end for the previous old Janeway.
Hmm.
Doesn't she have to close the causality loop?
Unclear. I don't
Feels
think
like
so.
cheating destiny if she doesn't do it. If she doesn't do it, then it'll undo what happened.
But it already happened.
Yeah, Star Trek has never really done causality.
But it won't happen if she doesn't do it. But if she unmakes that future timeline, then she never went back to unmake the future timeline.
Look, man, it works very well. Don't worry about it. That sounds way too exciting and adventurous, and we just are gonna stay home, actually. Everything's fine.
He's fantastic in Stargate. Captain Jellicoe's actor.
Jellicoe, are you aware of the demons that are coming to eat you?
Yeah.
Oh, will you? Jellicoe, the last like 3 or 4 times you've ordered them to return, they just haven't done it. What's making you think they're going to do it this time? This never works.
The Angelo could just be passing on the message and going, "Sure, I'm gonna run interference for you. I can't officially say anything." Getting from there to here.
Jesus. It sure would be a shame, Admiral, if you took this wormhole at coordinates 134 Mark 7 to Solum, and then opened a subspace corridor with these deflector modifications. You wouldn't dare. I mean,
Not a
fair.
little guy.
He's a scientific abomination.
Yes, to season 3, which hasn't happened yet.
He can't risk his girlfriend. Oh god, this is bigger than us now. Nope, never mind, we're going.
Yep. Well, no, it's because they get attacked. I don't
They
remember
don't look
why
very
he's up the
attacked.
bridge, but they are about to be attacked.
I don't remember who this is. Is it Essentia? Nope, it's her dad. Iltheron. That's your dad, Gwyn. You can't call him Iltheron. What is going on in Solum? What kind of government would allow an individual to gain so much power and drive it to a civil war? Who would do that? Hopefully automated, so people aren't just like disintegrating within a day when they walk in. Oh, I know from where, Janeway. I know where it comes from.
Yes.
Tahani. Yeah, Tahani, you should have just killed her. You don't assume your enemy is dead. You finish them off. What a fun way to say a perfectly normal expression. It flew by. Is this the
What the hell is
Narada?
that?
It has the same visual effect as the Narada coming through the black hole. Oh no, war with the Federation. Janeway, maybe you should move. No, just gonna sit there in the beam. That's cool.
She likes the beam.
Reminds me of the Shivan Juggernaut in Free Space 2.
Never played that, but I will take your word for it that it's exactly the same. Why is Iltheron still alive? Have your robot stab him. You'll be fine.
Yeah, so this moment essentially doesn't realize that she's doing the basically, well, certainly her entire world and parts of the Federation to never having
Being eaten.
existed.
This crew becomes more mature.
I mean, it is still, don't worry, Janeway. I have teenagers. It's like, are you sure you don't want a real crew? People who are, like, trained? No? You want the
Competent.
kids? All right.
Gel.
Nope. Michelle, you have to go with them, remember? You have to stick together. Oh no, not the Lurian, not Morn.
Didn't Wesley say they needed to?
He did. He was very clear on that. No, Zero, you need to go. All right. Zero is literally the worst person to escort him to sickbay. She can barely walk herself.
Yeah, they're pretty well to the sick bay.
Isn't Zero in the process of getting a new body?
But they don't have it
Yeah.
yet.
Yep.
Rock, relevant status reports, Rock. We're in a situation
What's the
here.
creature's name?
Bribble.
Pebble?
Bribble.
It should be Pebble. They missed a trick there.
But it is
'Cause
half
it's-
Tribble. Tribble,
Yeah,
Bribble.
that's why it's. But think about it, Pebble. Because
Yeah, gives part
rock. These writers suck. They couldn't think of Pebble.
Yes,
You don't
Janeway.
want us
Kill them.
fully exposed. You don't want my clients exposing themselves.
What are you referencing?
Ghostbusters 2.
I don't remember that. Okay.
The beginning of Ghostbusters 2, they're in the courtroom and they're on trial for well, it wasn't.
Lieutenant Paris
guess
designed these ships.
Wow.
I guess it wasn't like immediately the beginning. It was after they discovered the ooze under the city, I think. Anyway, they're in the courtroom with the ooze, and they're under like a court order not to practice ghost busting
Not to ghost
or
bust.
touch or touch their equipment. And the judge is having a conniption fit, and he's in the proximity of the psychoactive goo, which caused I guess poltergeists of people he sentenced to death by electric chair to appear, and they're terrorizing the courtroom. And he asked them to do something, and they're like, "No, we can't. We've been ordered by the court not to touch our equipment, not to do anything, any ghost busting." And the lawyer, who was the what's the guy's name from the first movie? The nerdy guy, the little nerdy guy that was in the apartment that got turned into a devil dog.
The
Trying to think of his
Keymaster.
name. Yeah. Anyway,
Nova Flyers.
he's like,
Wait,
if my clients.
does this occur before not Tom Paris tried to murder everybody with his Nova Squadron? Nova Fleet?
Hang on, there's
This?
the character called Zeph here as well.
Wait, did they
Yeah,
go
it's a name.
backwards in time?
No.
Then they should have Robert Duncan McNeil come back and reprise his role as what was his face? Not Tom Paris.
He did.
What was his character? What was the character? He did
Yeah,
No,
in Lower Decks.
Oh, yeah, yes, he did. Yeah.
in Lower Decks. Really?
Yeah.
Thomas
So I'm
Lacano.
asking, is this before or after his Lower Decks appearance? Because if it's after,
Oh, this
the
has
fact
gotta
that
be
they're
after.
using Nova Squadron is weird. Because Nova Squadron is now associated with attempted murder.
If Wesley is a traveler now, why doesn't he go back and fix that guy dying in Nova Squadron?
It's illegal. Also, this is
Yeah.
clearly based on Tholian technology.
Yes.
You can't do that. That's copyright infringement.
No.
The Tholians have a patent on that.
But it's only enforceable in the Tholian system.
And the reveal.
Hi, Wes.
Was he captured and being made to do that, or was he just
Yes,
in
he was
league with her the
captured.
whole time?
They're very clear on that. He was in a cage with a collar bound to the wall.
Well, I couldn't see the screen. Sorry.
Yes, he has been captured.
I'm in another room.
All right,
Yes, and
so
we'll learn more about how later on.
next week is the series finale because I don't believe it's going to be picked up by another studio group, whatever.
Hope it will.
Let's-
It's a great show.
For at least the
We all
moment,
hope.
series
Yeah.
finale of Prodigy. It's
Did
gonna
they
be
end it on the point where like it's not a cliffhanger?
Yeah, it's ended. It has an ending.
Yeah, it has an ending with potential of, hey, we've got story. There is a bit of, hey, there's something big coming up that you need to deal with.
All right, so Ascension Part 2, Brink,
I would have been
Catch
happy
Up
with an
Gray.
animated movie instead of S3.
Movies are
Yeah.
alright. And then Ouroboros Parts 1 and 2. So it's all Civil War all the time. That's what we're doing. We're going to
All Civil War, all time.
Star Trek Civil War. Okay, we're done. Leave.
Have a lovely evening.
Don't tell me what to do.
Goodbye, stream.